Good evening. This is David Lynn, your prepper principal. It is Sunday, 7 p.m. Central Time, and this is Coffee Talk number 241. Welcome. And I am drinking coffee. Nescafe. Light to medium roast with caramel creamer. Excellent. Very good. Yoda, my friend David, and KP Heathen, welcome. One of my mentors and critics, biggest critics, too much dead air time. Not talking enough. Uncle L, Die Bullfrog 79, welcome. Personally, I go on to a lot of live streams. A lot of times there's not a lot of talking from the host going on. Let's see. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Sunday. I'm dealing with my equipment the best I can, not now. Okay, I got it pulled up. So, today I did yard work. I did a lot of yard work. I mowed a lot, and I filled up 3 trash cans full of clippings. And that's not even finishing the front yard. Still got the backyard to do. My painter took today off. He'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get most of the back done. He did a lot of scraping, sanding, and caulked and 2 coats of primer on most of the back. He's still got to do around the patio, and then he's got to put a couple of coats of paint. Hopefully the weather will hold it tomorrow where he'll be able to do it. Everybody hear me okay? Melinda Elliott, welcome. Good to have you in the house, Melinda. You did like a 20-minute silent. I think it was like a silent. There wasn't a lot going on. And I had it set for a playlist, but I was watching as it was going. It was like it's like 20 minutes. So I said, hey, I'm going to watch this. So I actually watched the first 5 minutes of it. And it basically was not much there, if I recall. My memory's not as good as it used to be, so don't take offense if I got it wrong. But I run the whole thing, and I guess a lot of people do those kind of streams. Six in the house, 4 likes. Please leave a like to support the channel, it'll be greatly appreciated. Elsa Moreko, welcome. I will try to go back and rerun some of your older stuff on my backup channel. That way you'll get watch time for it. I run a pretty good sized playlist, and I have not went to everybody and told them that I had run them. I run Doors, Living My Best Life, which is Echo, Isobar, Melinda, Elliot. Those four I did let know that I'd run them, but there's several more that I've got to go back and look to see, well, who did I run? And I've got to go back and I've got to leave comments and likes. But I ran them. They ran. SBRV, welcome, SBRV. So, Susanna Morrison, proud single mom. Welcome, Susanna. I guess I am still taking applications for a wing person to link channels for me. I was looking at a review in the last 28 days. I had right at 700 comments. Now that might not seem like, well, that might seem like a lot, or that might not seem like a lot when you consider 4 weeks. So if I was saying, okay, 170 comments a week, maybe 170 comments a week, that's maybe between 20 and 25 a day, maybe. I'd have to do the math. That's not undoable. Papa. Yoda Papa. I like that, Dave. There's a lot of talk right now about clean water. You know, people are really going to be in a bad way for clean water. They really will be in a bad way for clean water if anything happens. I mean, dirty water will kill you. You get dysentery. Nope. 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 Hadn't got a new one yet. Everybody should know I do a lot of procrastination on certain things. When it comes to spending money, I tend to procrastinate. I will spend money on my family. I will give to people who are in need. When it comes to spending money on myself, I tend to procrastinate. Yeah, I agree. It's not a question of if, it's when the grid goes down. That's true. That is true. I'm rearranging pantries, trying to get all my freeze-dried organized. I've got tons of cans of stuff. My MREs are all in here. I've got cases of this stuff sitting behind me. And I got a bunch that I've sorted out and I've taken out of their cases and put into totes. I've got them all inventoried. All the different components, individual components, mains, freeze drieds, cookies, whatnot, name it. Well, Dave, that's true. That's true. What's that they were saying? You will own nothing and you will be happy? Well, that's BS. I own enough that I'm independent. You know, I own my home. I don't have any car payments. We have 3 vehicles, they're paid for. Or I have a decent income. If I just stayed retired and work, I have a decent income. I work now because I enjoy what I'm doing. I enjoy working with kids. I enjoy doing what I'm doing. And that is extra money. It's a good amount of extra money. And I using it to pay for things that we need. And you know, you need a rainy day fund. What happens if something happens? Do you have a rainy day fund? Everybody needs a rainy day fund. They say you should probably have like 6 months worth of living expenses set aside. 6 months worth of living expenses. Depends on what your living expenses are. I talk to a lot of younger people. Their big expense is their rent. They rent. They could not afford. They couldn't get a mortgage for a property. Interest rates right now are sky high. It's like 7%. And they don't have the credit to be able to buy a home. Yeah, my friend, I've got a friend who's really big into silver. I mean, big into silver. Silver rounds. Yes, everybody connect. So, I was sitting at 1584 subscribers. Getting closer to 1600. If you have not left me a like and a supportive comment on the last 5 videos, you need to. I don't know when I'll hit the 1600. It's been very slow, but it's picked up again slowly. I have been growing. And I encourage you, look at some of my past subscriber giveaways. My boxes are nice. And I don't anticipate a large number of people that will be in that hat, the names in that hat. I am drinking Nescafe. Dave, that coffee I sent you, I ordered another pack of it. You get 12 packs, 7 in a pack, what I sent you. And I think I sent you about half of a pack. I sent you a little over a month's supply of it. And I'll send you some more when you run out. But it's taken a couple of weeks for that order to be delivered. Most stuff I get in 2 or 3 days. For whatever reason, I guess they got to go pick the beans and make the coffee. Because it will take, literally, the 11th is when I'm supposed to get it. And I ordered that a couple of weeks ago. I'm supposed to get it on the 11th. And it'll be a little case of, it'll be 80 packets. No, 84. 7 times 12. 84. 84. And it's $12.99. It'll be paid $12.99 for it. Little Lone Prepper, hello. Elsa has 4,000 about 80. 1K videos. And Elsa, I am subscribed. Holly Ivans, hello Holly. You know, Georgia brought 2 nuclear reactors online. The only nuclear reactors that are civilian, that have been brought online in the last 25 or 30 years. They brought 2 of them online. One of them just a couple of months back, and one of them about 6 months before that. And they were delayed. But it's clean power, and it will be supplying all the power, most of the power. It'll be supplying power to over 500,000 homes. Europe, they're rethinking their power, considering the fact that they're having problems with Russia right now. Under our previous administration, we were actually energy independent, and we were exporting. And I hope we get back that way. A lot of people that were working in the energy industries are not working there now because of all the difficulty from the current government. There were a couple of pipelines that were in the process that were shut down. A lot of unneeded government interference. 8 in the house, 9 likes. Please leave a like to support the channel if you have not done so. So, Cheryl had sent me some really nice images. She was talking about going to her Walmart and looking for stuff that I had recommended. I think we talked about that yesterday. And she found the red can opener that I'd recommended. Unfortunately, they wanted like $8 for that thing. $8 for that thing. And I bought a bunch of them at $2. I don't know what to tell you. They've got the exact same can opener in black. And it's got a bottle opener with it. And that one I could get for about $6. $5 and some change. But I paid $2. I got several of them. She did find the matches, and they were like 99 cents for a 10 pack, 32 matches in each pack. I got several of these. You gotta look at things as, if the store's shut down, what you have is what you have. You can't run out after the stores are shut down and pick up extra stuff. So what you have is what you're going to have. Now, there are things that are replenishable. Like if you've got a good water source, that's replenishable. That's replenishable. You got chickens that lay eggs. You got feed for them, a way to feed them. Those eggs are replenishable. They're coming in. But a lot of stuff, what you have is what you have. Yeah, everything's going up. Everything's going up. Well, the value of money. The more money you put in circulation, the less it's worth. The government's been printing money like it's going out of style. They've been giving out cards to all these immigrants that come in. They're giving them cards at over $5,000 a pop on those cards, I heard. They give them phones. They give them, they're finding housing for them. Their kids get an education. It's really jacking us up. It really is jacking us up. Yeah, the price has been crazy. It's been going up and down. About a week ago, and now, mind you, in Texas, we produce a lot of it here, so they don't have to transport as far. So in Victoria, Texas, I was paying $3.15, $3.16 a gallon, and yesterday it was $2.85 a gallon, which you had a drop of like 30 cents a gallon. And then there are other places where it's $5, $6 a gallon. Having a generator is something you need to have. One of my friends, we were talking about generators, and I told him, well, if you're going to get one that runs on fuel, get one of those dual fueled units that run on gas and that run on propane, and only run it on propane. Only run it with propane, because it will last a lot longer if you just run it on propane than if you run it on gasoline, or if you run it on both fuel sources. I would basically run on propane, and I would try to make arrangements to have a good supply of propane. The bud files. Another thing I will tell you, if you go and you do a propane exchange, a bottle exchange, those 20 pound bottle exchange, they normally will put 15 pounds of propane in that bottle. So you think you're getting a 20 pound? You're actually getting about 15 pounds in that bottle. Now, if you go to a place, you have your own bottle, and you go to a place and you have them fill it up, you can get them to fill it up 20 pounds. And you get 20 pounds in it. But normally, if you just go like to Walmart or wherever, and you do a exchange, you're getting 15 pounds of propane. $102, that's hot. I was looking at Uncle Al's garden. He had some footage where he lives at his garden. That's looking good, Uncle Al. Looking good. The garden's looking good. Uncle Al needs to take care of himself. You know, as we get older, we can't do what we used to do. I can't do what I used to do. I was out there, and it's in the 90s. I'm out there mowing, self-propelled, not using riding mower, I'm using self-propelled. I'm trying to get some exercise. Hello, Joshua Humphrey. Right now, I hear my wife in the backyard starting our riding mower. Heard it start. We here in Jersey only made it to 80 today with a really good breeze. Well, that's nice. That's nice. Please leave a like. Sitting at 9 likes, 7 in the house. How about giving me a like, Joshua? Appreciate it if you would. Bud Files, if you're here, please give me a like. I've had 11 channels come through that I've documented. 9 likes. My shorts have been getting pretty good views. I've been dropping 1 or 2 a day, and they're getting good views. We are now in hurricane season. Hurricane season's June the 1st to November 1st. Also, a lot of tornadoes. A lot of tornadoes. People have been dying in these tornadoes. Make sure you go and you find shelter. Thank you, Uncle Al. So, talking about items that you should have and you should be carrying. You need a good life straw or a Sawyer straw. You need something that's filtered so you can filter water. You can use tablets, you can use liquid. I would encourage you to boil water in addition to filtering it. I'd say boil it. I wouldn't take any chances with water. Jocelyn's Vogue of Taiwan. Hello, Jocelyn. Thank you for coming in. Thank you, Jocelyn. Thank you. So I'd asked the Black Widow, who I have not seen this evening. I'd asked the Black Widow and I'd asked Devil Dog to send me their mailing addresses. Have not received them. Maybe the next one that sends me the information will get a box. My way of giving back and to help people. The best investment you can make, $12. If you don't have one, you need to get one, $12. Canned heat, the sterno, the green stuff, about $7 for 2 cans. When I send people goodie boxes, I put a couple of means to heat water in and boil water. I usually do a camp stove and like a little emergency stove. These are the fuel tabs that they use. I'm trying to help people get started with their preps and prepping. And I know it can be daunting. Where do I start? What do I do? You know, what do I have? Well, get yourself, I've got lots of these. These are like $1. Get yourself one of these. And write down, get yourself, go online, look at the FEMA list of items, or you just go to preppers that talk about this kind of stuff. There are tons of them. And just write down, these are items. If it doesn't sound like you don't need it, if you need it, you don't need to get it. If it sounds like a luxury item, put it further down the list. Number one on your list. Yes, thank you. Yes, Melinda. The idea is, if you have a Sam's or a Costco. Oh, Judas Priest. I got tons of these. This is a 12 pack. 12 pack, 30 bucks. Each of these cans will burn for 6 hours. It takes less than 15 minutes to boil water. Burns for 6 hours. Light it, put it out. Light it, put it out. Light it, put it out. So you want to get a supply. You want to get a supply of the canned heat. I would get the canned heat over the sterno. The sternos basically burn for 2 hours. The canned heat will burn for 6 hours if you just let them run. And if it was freezing and you're in a small room and you don't have any heat or anything, you light 2 of those and they're not going to affect you, not carbon monoxide poisoning or anything. It'll keep a room above freezing. It'll keep you above freezing. A couple of them, if you just let them run. And they are a good buy. And likewise, as I said, matches. I mean, these are stormproof matches. If you're outside, like I got an Esprit stove, I've got one of the little Coggins that burn the tabs. Real windy, you light this, it's not going to go out. It's going to burn for 20-25 seconds when you light it. Take it back 15 seconds. It'll burn for 15 seconds. So this little 2 box, 50 matches. I've got several of these. These are waterproof. And they burn long enough that you can light some stuff. SD Mountain Man. My friend Scott. You live in a beautiful area, Scott. He's out in the boonies. And it's a good place to be. I do not relish his winter, but he's got a nice place. It's beautiful out there. Mom of 4 boys, welcome Rachel. I probably need to put out a list of my top picks of things that you should get. Like, here's a twofer. This is $18. It's Life Gear. The brand is Life Gear. Walmart. It is a crank radio. It's got USB. You can plug USB into it. got an on-off. You can get the Weather Channel.
Enjoying your weekend, and thank you so much for checking out Taste of Country Weekends with Jess. And I'll...
Yes, I listen to country. A lot of times I listen to country. $18 plus tax, Walmart, Life Gear. It's on my community wall. Likewise, this is LED. It's got an 18650 rechargeable lithium ion battery. You can charge it USB. You can plug a phone into it. You put a cord with charge your phone. Light. It shows the power level. 4 different, 100%, 75, 50, 25. $18 plus tax. Walmart. Life Gear. Won tickets to Tim McGraw last August. Went Friday night. Good time. I'm glad you did. Uncle Al would point out that Ozark Trail's garbage. There is cheap stuff, and there's cheap stuff that breaks. You tend to get what you pay for, but you can get deals. The other thing that I do, is I look for deals. I look for clearance. Seasonal changes. They got a new product. They want to get rid of the old product. I bought a lot of stuff on clearance at good deals. And I will say this about SD. A lot of the folks that live rural areas, more rural than I am, if anything happens, they'll fare a lot better. Something bad were to happen, they'll fare a lot better. Most of your migrant types, your gang types, your troubled types, they're at the bigger cities. They're at the blue controlled areas where they can get by with a lot of the crap that they pull. Mr. Whistle, welcome, Mr. Whistle. Thank you for coming in. Good to see you. I'm glad you're doing well. Everybody, please leave a like to support the channel. It'd be greatly appreciated. So, I've talked about those two items repeatedly. I've talked about can openers, and even if you pay $6 or $7 for one, you really shouldn't. But even if you have to pay $6 or $7 for one, I'd have a couple of them. Things break. Likewise, the matches. 99 cents. 99 cents. Carly Pierce. 99 cents. $2. But Cheryl says includes built-in bottle opener, stainless steel cutting wheel, durable easy turn knob, Faberware, lifetime limited warranty. In an SHTF situation, you're not going to be able to return it. Nope, you won't. You will not be able to return it. Thanks for coming in, Holly. Appreciate you. So, I haven't been to a concert in a long time. I haven't. I've seen a lot of the greats in concert. A lot of them have passed on. I remember Dolly when she was young. How old's Dolly now? 70? I think she's 70-ish. Everybody's talking about civil unrest, things happening. I don't anticipate bad things happening in largely red-controlled areas. It would be if you live in some of these big blue cities, I would be very concerned. I would be very concerned. And a lot of people are moving out of these big blue cities and these big blue states. If you're able to, I would encourage you to. My friend and mentor, Uncle Al, a cutting device, a snack, and fire making device. A cutting device, a snack, and a fire making device. Dolly is 78. Wow. Yeah. Take care, Holly. I really do. I think about things. And I listen to Uncle Al. I learn a lot from Uncle Al. I can learn from anybody. I mean, I'm open. You got a good idea? Let's have it. I'm real good with the bread and butter stuff. I'm good with the bread and butter stuff. Now, back during the wars, they talked about a victory garden. Raise a victory garden. Gardening. But then when you're gardening, it's got to be more than one little plant. If you're trying to feed yourself, you're trying to feed your family, you better be growing a whole lot of stuff. Stuff that'll put some hair on your chest. My ancestors who came from Ireland, I'm part Irish, they came over. They largely lived on stuff like baked potatoes. Potatoes? They would raise potatoes. And Yeah, going to concerts. Yeah, I used to love going to concerts back in the days when I was a lot younger. Mike Crusher Reviews. Mike, thank you for coming in. If you want a ration review, or if you want a freeze-dried review, or if you want a review of food, Mike is your go-to. He has been putting out a lot recently. Yeah, gardening is hard from a wheelchair. That is true. Boiled potatoes, yes. Yes, boiled. Well, yeah, I'm sure they would have. I'm sure they would have boiled them in water. But I like baked potatoes myself. Wrap them in foil. Wash them, and you can rub butter. Rub them down with butter. Wrap them in foil. Put them over the fire. Good stuff. And I eat the skins. A lot of people they waste a lot of the potato. Same thing with sweet potatoes. Good stuff. But I'll tell you what, Mike Crusher, I actually watched a Ready Rations. Watched a Ready Rations today. He did a USMRE number 6. Number 6. And it was pretty good. Yeah, and I don't know why they put some of the stuff that they do in the rations. I do not know why they put some of the stuff that they do in it. There were tortillas, and it was like a taco. Like tacos. You had basically the main was basically taco meat. It's almost like a chili. And they had tortillas, but instead of cheese, which they should have probably put some jalapeno cheese or at least cheese, they put peanut butter and jelly. And I don't understand the logic of some of the stuff that they do. I will take potatoes and cut them up, and then I'll put them in a skillet with olive oil and cook them. And that would be like for a plate, a breakfast plate, or for a taco. Mashed potatoes are good. Yeah, whatever you choose to do, I'm sure it's delicious. So, we have to talk about, seriously, we have to talk about water. Clean water. A source of clean water. The tap turns off. Where are you going to get your water? And yeah, you can have a catchment system. Something that stuff comes off your roof when it rains. And you can filter it. And you can treat it. Boil it. How much rain do you get? My area averages 40 inches a year. 40 inches a year. The quickest way to kill yourself in SHTF is to start drinking dirty water. You want to get dysentery, diarrhea. You want to get something really bad that kills you. Back in the olden days, people didn't like to drink water. They did not like to drink water because they didn't know if it was safe or not. Yeah, don't drink green or brown water. That is true. That is true. So, I'm looking at changing up what I put in my boxes. I mean, I've probably given boxes of stuff to maybe 20 different people. And drink wine or beer. Yeah, if you've got something that's bottled that was pre-SHTF, that would be the safe bet to drink. A lot of people used to drink, they drink grape juice, fermented or whatever, call it wine. They'd grow grapes, like olive oil. Lots of olives, olive oil. And beer and wine, yes. I'm not really, and that's not something that I'm prepping. I'm not prepping wine. I'm not prepping beer. I'm not prepping liquor. Cupcakes are great. You really don't have a lot of, when I was a kid, we had a lot more small bakeries where you could get good stuff, and it wasn't that expensive. You had good stuff. And you'd go every couple of days because you'd go and you'd buy enough for a couple of days and then you'd go back. You know, you got rotating stuff. Because, like, donuts, they're not good after a couple of days. You buy donuts, they're good that first day. Maybe the second day they're okay. You heat them. They're okay. Third day, you don't want them. Nope. Yeah, the Romans were real big into wine and olive oil. They did not drink water. They did not like drinking water. Yeah, there used to be. There used to be. You know, it used to be, you'd have a couple of good meat markets. They specialized in meat. That's what they sold. Meat. Big cities still have them. But the smaller places, so I haven't seen the Black Widow this evening. I haven't seen Devil Dog this evening. But I was going to suggest that they send me their mailing information. Mayor Ben, welcome. So, if you have not done so, please look at my last. Please look at my last 5 videos, and I might put out 1 or 2 more before I hit 1600. Hopefully not, but I might. Once I hit 1600, I will make a list of the channels that have left me a supportive comment on each of the last 5 that I have released. Good evening, Idaho Garden Girl. I will put their names in my hat, and I will do a drawing, and whoever's name I pull out, they will get a very nice, they'll get a very nice goodie box from me, and that will include a nice first aid kit. I am getting closer. So, remember the Scout motto is be prepared. It's hurricane season. There's a lot of tornadoes happening. They say we average over 1,500 a year. There's also a lot of questionable people running around out there. They come across the border. We don't know who they are, what their intentions are. A lot of younger men of military age. You should have a means to defend yourself, protect your property. Be aware of those people who are around you when you see somebody coming near you. You don't know what their intentions are. If you have not started preparing for emergencies, you need to. You need to start collecting bottled water. Whether you're getting half liters, get 24 packs, get 1 gallon jugs. You can refill the gallon jugs. I encourage everybody to do that. Take care, SD. Every day when you wake up, thank the Lord for the day. Say the Lord's Prayer. Life is good, but it is what it is. And thank y'all for coming in. Everybody have a blessed evening. I'll be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. for another edition of Coffee Talk. Check out those shorts I've been putting up. Take care and blessings.